I want you to listen to me very carefully. Last video, I showed how I made one single trade, took in $50 in profit. It seems so tiny, insignificant, but I want to show you a website where that $50 that you make every week can really stack up and put real money into your retirement funds. Let's start with this visual. Let's say you have $50 a week. You can either day trade that or you can put it away into long-term investing. Now, if you just put it in savings from year zero and you go up to year 30, that $50 will save up to $72,000. But if you put that into investing, you can get over $390,000 just by stacking up these small gains and letting time compound your gains. Now let's take this other scenario. Say you're day trading, $50 a week. Doesn't seem like much, but would you bet your life savings on day trading? Or would you rather just put it simply away into long-term investing, perhaps into an index fund, and just let that amount compound, grow slowly over time? Now, just keep in mind, this is only $50 a week. What I had shown you was one trade per week, but you're not limited to just doing one trade. In fact, I did 13 trades. So this is just a starting point, and just to simplify your long-term strategic thinking, you take a small amount and you can scale it up as your account grows, as your savings grow, you can scale it up over time. My question for you is, would you risk it all on day trading, pulling your hair out, sitting behind a computer screen all day long, sacrificing just your time, your health, your sanity, or would you rather make a quick, simple trade in under 10 minutes, put that away and forget about it and just let time do all the work for you? That's what we're going to look quickly at in today's video. I love this site. It's called investor.gov. Okay, Securities Exchange Commission, official site, and it's called the Compound Interest Calculator. Now, let's first talk about day trading. There's a YouTube video of this guy who turned a tiny amount consistently into millions. But what was very interesting about this guy was that in order to get to that point, to be a very profitable, very rich day trader, he had to go through grueling 6 to 10 months, 10 hours a day of studying, training, reading, just living, breathing, everything he could, finding different strategies, back testing everything, finding mathematical, statistical models to make this happen. Now, most of us are not at that level, nor that discipline, nor that time commitment. And statistically, 90% of day traders fail. They think that they could be a day trader just like this guy and make cash very quickly, get rich very quickly. But we know how that story ends, myself included, chasing big gains day after day and just losing our health, our sanity, feeling anxious and nervous after each trade. Is it worth it? And is it worth it to not just sacrifice time and health, but put all of your life savings, all that hard-earned money at risk? No, definitely not. And so the safer, better play that I had found that I consistently profit on is what I talked about in my previous video. Check it out, is selling options, very low risk, very high probability, and low rewards, but steady, consistent profits. And so we're going to look at this compound interest calculator. All right. Because I'm not shooting for the moon, try and win a lottery, but I'm letting the time compound my small gains into real wealth building amounts. So take a look at this. We'll take a very simple example. You start with zero. That's your initial investment. And every week you do one trade, you make $50. So after 4 weeks in a month, that will give you $200. And you put this away week after week, month after month for the next 30 years. If you just put it in S&P 500 index, the average is 10% in annual yields. And we'll leave this at zero. We don't need to worry about varying this interest rate range. And we'll leave it to compound annually. Click that button and calculate, and voila. In 30 years, you put away $50 every week, week after week. And of course, $50 is just a starting amount. Over time, when you get better and you scale, it could be much more. And I had shown that in my last video, $1,000 plus last week. And so 394,000, nearly $400,000. Do you think you have a better strategy to day trade $50 a week and turn it into $400,000? I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think for most of us, and statistically speaking, that would require a lot of hard work, a lot of training, a lot of time and effort, and mental anguish. And so I would say if you want the easiest path to generating real wealth with small amounts, let time and steady contributions like this compound your gains. That's all I have for you today. See you in the next upcoming video. Take care.